Yo, what is up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the winter banner. This banner is very good. It has 5-star Melora, 4-star Xainfried, a brand new Phoenix Dragon, and all the Christmas units from last year have returned as well. As most of you guys are probably aware, I did summon Melora and Xainfried. I tested both of them out in high dragon trials and I have plenty of information to share with you guys, so let's get into it. Melora is our second 5-star Light X. She has a skill 1 that costs 3,849 SP. It takes about 2 C5s and a C3 in order to fill it up. It costs a little bit on the higher side when it comes to damage skill 1s on X units, but that's okay because the effect is great. It deals a total of 934% light damage and applies a 15% defense debuff to Shadow attuned foes. It says that the defense reduction effect will not stack, and I tested that out in Micro Gauntlet and the results are pretty interesting. Let's say you use Glio skill 2 first, which applies a 10% defense down, and then use Melora skill 1 afterwards. Melora's 15% defense debuff will overwrite Glio's 10%. On the flip side, if you use Glio skill 2 first and then Melora skill 1 second, then the defense debuff will actually stack, so the order matters. That's something important to keep in mind when running Melora with other defense debuffers. This is one of those damage defense down skills which are all great, but hers is a little bit different. It's not a field or zone skill like Wedding Elisan skill 2. When Melora skill 1 connects, and then it'll apply the 15% defense down immediately. Think of it like current skill 1, except that Melora's has a 100% chance to apply the 15% defense down, opposed to current who only has a 50% base chance. That's pretty big. The guaranteed 15% defense down is more important than a little bit of extra damage because it gives your whole team increased damage output, right? The animation speed is pretty good as well. It's pretty quick. I think it's about the same speed as Vanessa skill 1. The range on this skill is absolutely bonkers. It covers about half the stage in high Zodiac trials. Zodiac can be standing in the middle and Melora can snipe a candle with her skill 1 while being behind Zodiac. This is kind of nice because Axe characters are not very mobile, so instead of having Melora moving from candle to candle and then back to hugging Zodiac, she can just snipe a candle with her skill 1 and then go back to attacking Zodiac immediately. Now there's more to this skill than just damage and defense down. It also amplifies her skill 2. Her skill 2, Chill Winter, costs 6,296 SP, deals 1,446% light damage, and against foes whose defense is decreased, it'll deal 2,332% instead. That's about a 900% damage increase, which is absolutely insane. Like, compare it to current skill 2, which I think has the same animation if I recall correctly. Current skill 2 deals 1,128%. It may cost 200 SP less, but Melora's deals 300% more damage, and that's just the base damage that we're talking about. The amplified damage is more than double, or 1,200% more. It's crazy damage. I will say that I'm not a big fan of the animation since it's rather slow and clunky, but that doesn't really matter when a skill deals that much damage, you know? Her skills altogether just deals a lot of damage, and that's the reason why I think she is better than Yachio in the 4 DPS comp for High Zodiac. I mean, she is the one character in that comp who was replaceable, so it shouldn't be a surprise that Melora will take her spot. Don't worry, Yachio isn't dead because Melora is a limited unit, so it's not like Melora 100% takes her spot in pub rooms. Players will still set condition rooms for Axe and Blades just because not a lot of players have Melora, while there's still a bunch of Yachios everywhere. By the way, I know that I posted a video of Melora the other day of her clearing Master Size Zodiac, and in that video, Melora replaced a Gala Yuden. That clear did look pretty clean, right? But honestly, that comp consisting of Flare, Yachio, Melora, and 1 Gala Yuden, I think that team is only a day 1 team comp. I think in a few days, pub rooms will start normalizing and go back to 2 Gala Yudens, a Flare, and a second DPS. After I played a lot more with Melora in pubs, I just found the 2 Gala Yuden comp to be more consistent. The 2 Gala Yudens are necessary to have in order for the beginning of the front to go smoothly. The 2 Gala Yudens provides 30% strength buffs to Flare and to Melora, and that's going to help with pushing Zodiac into overdrive quicker. Then of course 2 Gala Yudens is better than 1 Gala Yuden and a Yachio at breaking overdrive bars, which is very important for this fight. The only issue with this comp is that 1 Gala Yuden has to alter their opener. You can't have both Gala Yudens use skill 2 before the initial blast. If they both use skill 2, then they are gonna get too much defense since Melora has a 15% defense co-ability and the Yudens aren't going to be able to drop below 30% in order to activate their abilities. So what they have to do is one of the Gala Yudens has to use skill 1 instead of skill 2 before the initial blast. With that being said, make sure that you communicate well with your team before you start the match. Her abilities are kind of weak, but still not terrible. Overdrive Punisher isn't something you can take advantage of all the time, especially not in high Zodiac trials since Zodiac's overdrive bar gets melted really quickly. Her shield ability is okay. It'll shield Melora from Zodiac's mini dashes and from chasers. That's about it, I think. That could be useful if Melora is running the new Paralyzed Punisher print. The shield will ensure that she can safely stay at full health and receive the passive strength buff from that print. Although her shield ability does get devalued a little bit due to Gauntlet using skill 2 granting the same effect. Melora is definitely a character you should summon for, especially if you enjoy playing axes. She's a very strong DPS unit, especially for all difficulties of high Zodiac. Outside of high Dragon trials, she can be used in Mercurial Gauntlet as well. Not really a character that is a must-have because her and Yashio share the same role, but she is definitely better in terms of damage. Keep in mind that Melora is limited, so if you think you'll need her, then here's the best chance to get her. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until next year. Now, Xainfried is an interesting character. He's a buffer wand unit just like Noelle, except that he grants 20% crit rate with his 3817 SP skill 1. This skill does make characters with crit damage a little bit better, such as Kuhai, Lin Yu, and just characters equipped with Long in general. He's still not going to be better than Noelle. Strength buffs are just better than crit rate or crit damage buffs, plain and simple. However, you can run these two characters together. In the standard Mercury comp being Victor, 2 Wedding Elisans, and 1 Noelle, Xainfried can replace one of the 2 Elisans. If Xainfried has the right setup, he can easily maintain a 40% crit rate buff. That's good enough critical rate for the DPSers to start running critical rate and crit damage prints such as Levin's Champion. Also, Victor's bleed will get a big increase in damage if his bleeds were to crit, so there is some synergy there with Victor and Xainfried. It's actually possible for Victor's bleed to deal over 100,000 damage a tick if his third stack of bleed were to crit. His skill 2 costs 7,634 SP, deals 1 hit of 886% damage, and it increases his Dragon Gauge by 5%. These Dragon Gauge increasing skills are always interesting because they are just so gimmicky. There seems to always be a place for these type of skills, but currently right now I don't see the skill having much use. The reason I say that is because Xainfried's dragon of choice is going to be Freya, and what's the point of being able to transform into Freya early? There's really no point. In Expert High Mercury, Xainfried is able to get enough Dragon Gauge to be able to transform and Dragon Tank the first homing ball. That's pretty neat and all, but that's not really a game changer. Another reason why it's not that good is because, well, all the DPS dragons for Wind aren't that good. All the current Wind Dragons only deal average damage, which is around the mid 3000s, but despite all that, this skill does have potential moving forward. I'm sure Xainfried being able to Dragon Tank something early could be useful for some sort of future content. His abilities are Prime Strength and Dragon Claws, kinda a weird combination of abilities. If you were to use them as an AI ally, then Prime Strength is obviously great to buff up your lead character, but at the same time, Dragon Claws will be useless because he's not going to be transforming as much. In regards to co-op, Prime Strength is solid, but Dragon Claws is still kind of wonky, but it'll give him a little bit more DPS every time he transforms. Again, Dragon Claws has potential moving forward when new Wind Dragons and Worm Prince gets released. Despite Xainfried being overshadowed by Noelle, he does have his own little niche, and it's not like you can't use them both together. There's no wand character out there with his kind of kit, which is being a crit rate buffer with a focus in shape shifting. He might be useful for some type of weird strategy in the future, so I would definitely try to get one copy of Zane just because he's limited. Phoenix, the brand new light dragon, is crazy good. I don't have the exact numbers on her total damage output, but apparently it's similar to Leviathan, so her dragon form is top tier. She gives light attuned characters 50% strength and 20% extra damage towards paralyzed foes. This is going to be the best dragon for DPSers in high Zodiac trials. Fleur wants her, Yachio, and even Malora. Galliudans should probably stick with Cupids, at least in pubs, because it's the safer choice. Now, the main reason why Phoenix really stands out is because all the light dragons before only had average damage modifiers, including Cupid. Phoenix is the first light dragon that actually has good damage modifiers, which is huge. Keep in mind that she is not limited, so don't feel like you have to summon for her now. I don't think she's a must-have either, but she's nice to have, especially if you do not have Cupid. So yeah, overall this banner is pretty good to summon on. We got some great characters and dragons this year around. Despite most of the characters being strong, nothing in here is a must-have, so don't spend too much because I would definitely save some Wormite for the upcoming New Year's banner. Side games usually likes to release strong units for their Zodiac banners, so definitely save some Wormite for that. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.